Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Can the municipal clerk please read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act?
In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting, given the time, date, and information for access to this public meeting, was advertised in the Record and the Herald newspapers on February 18th, 2024, was posted on the bulletin board located on the first floor of the municipal building, was filed in the office of the municipal clerk, and was posted on the borough's website.
Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas.
Here.
Councilmember Kraus.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Here.
Mayor Rottenstreich.
Here.
And Mayor also in attendance is Borough Manager Peluso, Acting Borough Attorney Jamie Plasick, and Municipal Clerk Magarelli.
Can we all please rise for the flag salute? And will Oriel Oberlander, whose birthday it is today, please lead us? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I also want to announce that today is National Dinosaur Day, and I want to thank Ori for the dinosaur. Yes, Larissa, you're not dressed. And can the council please join me for proclamations? As usual, we have a few nice proclamations tonight, and we're going to start with Noah Gelbwasser. Is Noah Gelbwasser here? Please come on up. Hi. So please join us up here. This proclamation is given in recognition of Noah being selected as a statewide winner of the Lewis Bay Second Future Municipal Leaders Scholarship Competition for his winning essay, which focused on the essential role the Maurice M. Pine Public Library plays in the community. And he's going to read that essay for us now, and then we're going to present him with his proclamation and his check. Go ahead.
Beyond the shelves. I sit with friends my age, around 5, and look up in anticipation for the last book. It's titled, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. As Miss Naz, the librarian, reads the book, we scooch up to the front of the room to look at the pictures. Before we leave, she crafts a story out of paper cutouts and a red Velcro pinboard. To others, it could have simply been a children's program, but to me, this was the first example of the wonderful things our town's library has to offer. The Fair Lawn Municipal Government plays an essential role in my favorite part of our community, the Maurice M. Pine Public Library. The funding it receives from the local government allows the library to operate to its greatest ability and provide the community with a plethora of programs. Beyond free literature, it provides tutoring services with the help of Fair Lawn High School's National Honor Society, free movie rentals, an annual book sale, and cultural activities. These range from a haunted library during Halloween to Chinese New Year celebrations. On the second floor, there are books and graphic novels for teens, including literature that emphasizes different ranges of people and an art gallery. In addition to the library's facilities, it excels in accessibility. First, the library has many books in French, Hindi, Ukrainian, Russian, and Spanish. And by accessing the Bergen County Cooperative Library System, thousands of books in languages such as Korean, Japanese, Hebrew, Chinese, and more can be ordered to the Fair Lawn Library. Another example of accessibility is in hidden disability lanyards. Visitors can borrow a lanyard from the entrance of the library and wear it as a signal to staff to treat them with more patience and kindness. When I think of the Maurice M. Pine Public Library, inclusivity comes to mind, as it provides engagement for all ages. While the storytime sessions are meant for those around 5 years old, the activities change as age progresses. There are book clubs for elementary, middle school, and high school students, as well as the Readers Roundtable, game nights, and movie discussions for adults. While my first connection with the Fair Lawn Public Library was when I joined the library's storytime as a child, last year, about a decade later, I began volunteering there myself. In addition to assisting with story time, I have also been able to give back to the library by shelving books, creating and running programs through the Teen Advisory Board, and tutoring younger students. When I volunteered with the Storytime program, the children were just as excited as I was to learn when I last participated in it. Just as when you give a mouse a cookie, it yearns for more, when you give a town books, it could change the world.
Well said, well read. So I am proud to give you this proclamation. And from the New Jersey League of Municipalities, the first prize of $1,000. Would you like to invite your parents up here to take a picture with you?
Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay. So next we have a proclamation for Next, we have a proclamation for Jewish American Heritage Month. Go ahead and read it.
Okay, thank you. Whereas each May we observe Jewish American Heritage Month to recognize the contributions of past generations of Jewish Americans and the contributions American Jews continue to make today. And whereas Jewish immigrants to America, ever since their first arrival to our shores in the 16th century, have played a central role in the creation, growth, freedom, prosperity, and strength of the United States of America. And whereas the biblical and contemporary history of the Jewish people and the enduring values of the Jewish faith were vital sources of inspiration for the founding of the United States, the Civil Rights Movement, America's global leadership in the cause of freedom, Americans' commitment to social justice, and many of our country's most central tenets. And whereas Jewish Americans have made significant contributions to the arts, entertainment, science and technology, government, business, culinary traditions, and other fields in the United States, and Jewish Americans have played an important role in shaping American culture. And whereas for 43 years, every president of the United States has declared a period of time for celebrating the contributions to the United States of the Jewish community's history, heritage, and culture. And since 2006, the month of May has been presidentially declared to be Jewish American Heritage Month, pursuant to a bipartisan resolution of Congress. Now, therefore, the Borough Council, on behalf of the Mayor, Gail Rottenstreich, of the Borough of Fair Lawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim May 2024 Jewish American Heritage Month, and call upon our citizens to commemorate this occasion by celebrating the many positive contributions that the Jewish community has made to our country and state through its history, heritage, and culture.
And I want to thank Ludmila Koroleva and Bazina Tulchinsky for bringing this proclamation to us, and I'd like to ask them to come up and to accept the proclamations and to be joined by all the members of the Jewish community who are here and who would like to be in part of the picture. Thank you. Next, we have a proclamation for Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which is going to be read by Council Member Natalie Salinas.
Whereas Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage AANHPI Month, celebrated each May, was established to honor the many contributions of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Island people who have enriched the history of our nation. And whereas the official designation of May as AANHPI Heritage Month was signed into law in 1992 to celebrate the contributions, vibrant cultures, and rich heritage of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. And whereas the theme of this year's observance is Advancing Leaders Through Innovation, which pays homage to the visionaries and trailblazers who have shaped AANHPI history and continue to influence our collective future. And whereas it is right to recognize the strength and legacies of the Asian Americans, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islanders who have helped build this country. Now, therefore, the Borough Council, and on behalf of Mayor Gail Rottenstreich of the Borough of Fair Lawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2024 Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in the Borough of Fair Lawn, and encourage our residents to learn more about AANHPI people, their traditions, and values that have positively enriched our community.
Thank you. And can we have Daydan Chozem, Jeremy Kim, Tiffany Zhang, and Ava Weon come up to accept the proclamations, and anyone else here who would like to be part of the picture? Thank you. Thank you. Stay for a picture. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, good idea, Tony.
Ready, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Next, we have a proclamation for Make Music Day.
All right. Whereas the Borough of Fair Lawn, under the sponsorship of the Fair Lawn Arts Council, will be celebrating its second annual Make Music Day on June 21st, 2024. And whereas launched in France in 1982 as, I'm going to butcher this, Fête de la Musique, Make Music Day is a one-day event where free live musical performances and musical events take place in dozens of countries around the world on the longest day of the year. And whereas music has been shown to strengthen social connectivity, reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and stimulate memory, and it's integral to a well-rounded, enjoyable life. And whereas Make Music is open to anyone who wants to take part, every kind of musician, young and old, amateur and professional, of every musical genre is welcome to perform on streets, at parks or plazas, or their own front porch to share their music with friends, neighbors, and strangers. And whereas it is right and fitting to join this worldwide celebration of music that is free to everyone. Now, therefore, the Borough Council and Gail Rottenstreich, Mayor of the Borough of Fair Lawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim June 21st, 2024 Make Music Day within the Borough of Fair Lawn, and do further encourage the residents to participate in this event by making music or watching the various musical performances taking place within our community.
Come up for the proclamations, and I think the borough manager is going to take a picture. Thank you. Sure.
I just want to say really quick, Make Music Day started last year. Sandra brought it to our community. She saw it being done in Montclair, and she said, why can't we do it in Fair Lawn? And of course, that was challenge on, so we did it, of course. I just want to encourage everybody out there, if you want to perform, please do. Just go on makemusic.org/Fairlawn, and you can register. Even if you want to sit there on your front porch playing the triangle all day long, that's fine. We just want to encourage people to get out there, make music. We want people to walk around and just take in all the music around town. So thank you.
Thank you.
Squeeze on in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Finally, we have a proclamation for National Gun Violence Awareness Day, which Deputy Mayor Reinitz is going to present, and he'll tell us which day that is.
Thank you. Whereas gun violence impacts people of all ages and all backgrounds, and it is the leading cause of death among American children and teens. And whereas on January 21st, 2013, Hadia Pendleton marched in President Obama's second inaugural parade. 1 week later, Hadia was shot and killed on a playground in Chicago. Hadia's friends commemorated her life by wearing orange, the color hunters wear to protect themselves. Wear Orange is observed every June when thousands of people wear orange to honor Hadia and the more than 43,000 Americans killed with guns and the 76,000 more who are shot and wounded every year. And whereas gun violence prevention is more important than ever due to increased gun sales, increased calls to suicide and domestic violence hotlines, increased city gun violence and increased mass shootings, and whereas National Gun Violence Awareness Day, the first Friday in June, honors the many lives that have been cut short by gun violence in our country and supports efforts to reduce gun-related crimes in the United States. And whereas it is important to do all we can to keep firearms out of the wrong hands and encourage responsible gun ownership to keep our children safe, now therefore the Borough Council and the Mayor Gail Rottenstreich of the Borough of Fairlawn, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby declare Friday, June 7th to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day and June 7th through 9th, 2024, Wear Orange Weekend.
And can we have our amazing gun violence awareness advocates come up to accept the proclamation?
I always want to say a few words. Thank you, first of all, to the council since I moved to Fairlawn and have asked for this proclamation and gun violence awareness. They have never failed to support me and gun violence awareness and gun violence prevention, so I'm incredibly grateful. As the proclamation said, gun violence is now the leading cause of death of children in the United States, surpassing traffic accidents and cancer. And we can do something about that. We can keep guns away from the folks who shouldn't have one, who are a danger to themselves and others, and we can keep them away from our children. I encourage everyone to go to besmartforkids.org. It's a C3 nonprofit, non-policy. It's just about how to keep guns away from your children, whether they're babysitting at a person's house or whether they're in your house or at a friend's house. And then you can also go to wearorange.org. We are on par with every other industrialized country in terms of our mental health and our mental illness. The only difference is we have incredibly loose gun laws throughout the country, and they seem to be getting worse in some places, and we have about 400 million guns, so more guns than people. But we are not helpless. Keep working, keep saying something, and yeah, thank you so much for your support.
Thank you.
Okay, the 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Number 6, council comments. Councilmember Salinas.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. I'm happy to see everyone here. I'd like to start off by thanking our firefighters and our first responders. I don't know if everybody knows that there was a house fire on 31st Street. It was a 2-alarm fire. And we had support from the Patterson, Paramus, and Saddlebrook and Elmwood Park teams as well. They did a tremendous job at keeping everybody safe and getting it under control, so thank you to them. And along those same lines, thank you to the firefighters for coming to Warren Point to hose down the kids after the color run. It made my job a lot easier when the kids came home and they were clean, and my car was clean. I kicked off my month doing a ride-along with Officer Graziano. It was my first time in a cop car, and thankfully it was a very uneventful ride-along. We had a traffic stop, and that was about it, but I did learn a lot spending time with him, so that was very helpful. I also got to enjoy at the Fair Lawn Library. There was, in collaboration with the Fair Lawn Moms of Color, they did Cuentos y Artesanía, which is story time and crafts for Mother's Day that I enjoyed with my youngest daughter, and it was a bilingual Spanish story time and crafts, and they did a lovely job at coordinating that and putting that together. I also enjoyed the Senior Citizens Resource Fair. Danielle from the Senior Citizens Committee did a tremendous job coordinating, curating an array of resources, and it was nice to see a very packed room of senior citizens there taking advantage of all that there was to offer. And for upcoming in June, I want to remind everybody that on June 9th, the CRC is putting together our annual Pride Block Party from 12 to 3 with the ceremony kicking off at 11 a.m. I invite everybody to come. It's going to be, as always, an incredible day, a beautiful celebration of love and unity, and really looking forward to bringing my family to all the events and spending the day there. Then on June 14th, the CRC is also putting together our second annual Juneteenth barbecue, which will be held at Memorial Park Picnic Grove, and that is going to be a day filled with music, delicious food, games, family events, so it's going to be a great day as well. The rain location will be at the community center, and I want to make sure that I wish everybody who celebrates a happy Father's Day, especially our council members up here and the borough manager as well. So, thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Kraus.
Good evening, Mayor. So first of all, I want to thank everyone who came out for the various proclamations that we gave out tonight. Again, it's always great to see people who aren't always at the council meetings get to come to council meetings, see what they're like, and also to come up and represent either a particular cause that they're very passionate about, or to represent a heritage that they come from. So thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Couple of things coming up that I just want to point out. We have our Memorial Day Parade, of course, on Monday, starting at 10 o'clock. The parade begins at Pollitt and goes down Fairlawn Ave, down River Road, over to the Avenue of Heroes by Memorial. And I know that it's something that I've enjoyed being a part of before I was in the council, and since I've been on the council, there's a lot of our community comes out for that event. So if you're around on that day, keep that in mind. Make Music Day was discussed with the proclamation before, but since I am the liaison to the Arts Council, I did want to give it a second mention on June 21st. Last year's Make Music Day was very, very successful. It was a lot of fun to go around to the different locations, see the different performers. And this year, it's going to be a little bit more centralized. but I know that they're still looking for some performers. So if you're interested, please consider signing up, and otherwise come out and to support, because just like it's not easy to come up and speak publicly, it's also not easy to come up and play an instrument and sing publicly. And there's going to be a lot of people doing that, and I'm really grateful for them to coming out and giving us some music to enjoy that day. And other than that, oh, memorial pool registrations. Come join the memorial pool. They're open now. The Whibbit is back this year, and more umbrellas, and there's going to be a lot of fun stuff at Memorial Pool. And if you just, in general, check out our calendar, I mean, I can't fit everything in now, but if you check out the calendar on the borough website, you'll see that a lot of our summer events are now being posted. From our summer concert series to our summer movies, there's a lot going on in this town over the summer, and we hope you'll come out and enjoy it. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Reinitz.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to echo Councilmember Salinas' comments about the fire department and the great work that they did at the fire on 31st Street. I also wanted to recognize our Veterans Affairs Department and DPW. As I think all of our military banners are now up. We're at or a little bit beyond 400, which is way beyond our greatest expectations when we started this program 5 or 6 years ago. And they will remain up, I think, at least through September 11th, maybe through Veterans Day, depending on weather and other factors. So thank you to Ashley Luther and Bobby Kittler and the rest of the DPW that were involved in putting those up. I had the honor to attend the tree planting for Fred Levitan. Fred was I think the best word to describe Fred is just honorable. He was a gentle, genuine man who really lived every minute of his life and sought out just joy in everything he did and brought joy to everyone he was involved with. I served on property maintenance with him. Fred was always a positive influence on the group. He also, I know, was very instrumental in the green team and Shade Tree and helping to green Fairlawn. His family has deep roots in town. His son, I believe, is one of the band directors at the high school. The things that strike me about Fred is Fred became a Facebook friend, I think, during the pandemic. And during the pandemic, Fred picked up, while we were all home, this love for baking bread. And, he would constantly be sharing pictures of Fred's bread, which, was fun to look at and fun to say. And just to see someone who had given so much to the community just find small joy, it was really inspiring. He also, later in life, became a gym rat and was at Retro Fitness all the time, with his own personal trainer and just having the time of his life. And you could see by how many people showed up on Sunday just how much of an impact he had. And our borough is equally bereft without his contribution as it is better because he was here. So, and Fred also was a veteran. So I just ask that you keep Fred in your thoughts, and we all try to be a little bit more like Fred. Additionally, the parade, like Councilmember Kraus said, is Monday. There will be a float for the 100th anniversary celebration. You'll see 100th anniversary stickers around town on businesses. And there are still shirts and other items for purchase in person. We have an online store. There will be a link on the website. The store did the first session of sales. They're going to close down to distribute the purchases, and then we'll reopen shortly to do it again. And then lastly, I just wanted to, last month we did a proclamation for, well, actually, first I just want to congratulate the Gelbwasser family, especially Noah, for the work that you did, and another family that's integral to our town and does so much for our town. So it's good to see Noah be recognized and recognize, excuse me, our library and the worth of our library. So finally, May is Mental Health Month. I wanted to just touch on that. And in the most recent year that was counted, in the U.S. alone, we experienced 50,000 suicides. Our suicide rate has been skyrocketing since 2000. There are many, many causes and many, many reasons. So I would just, I think it's important all the time, but especially right now, to try to be empathetic to people. There's a lot going on in people's lives right now. There's a lot of things that are unseen. There are a lot of triggers and a lot of stressors on people this time of year. and I would just ask that the community consider empathy over anger and kindness over attacking people. And to echo what our proclamation said about gun violence, I think it's one of the things that the Moms Demand organization strives for is not to end gun ownership, but to have responsible gun ownership. And as someone who's spent a lot of time in our courts and seen, you know, the horrors of domestic violence and other issues, a lot of lives would be saved by simply responsibly owning guns for people who do own guns. And I think it's important that we all as a community do what we can to protect each other and make sure that we're doing everything we can to make our guns inaccessible to children and properly taken care of. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Cutrone.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to start by also thanking our firefighters and first responders. I want to also thank everybody who came out this evening, and to those who brought forth proclamations, the ideas of proclamations. We appreciate that. And, you know, we try to do what we can up here, but we rely, of course, on the residents to reach out to share their thoughts and their ideas with us. And this is just another example of the success of that. And it's very special congratulations to Noah. The essay really was wonderful and well worth first prize. So thank you for bringing that acknowledgement back home to Fairlawn. I want to also thank our Senior Citizen Advisory Committee for another successful senior health fair, and particularly thank the sponsors of that, Holy Name Hospital, the Chelsea and Eastbridge Home Care, as well as, of course, Fairlawn for All Ages. And I want to give a special thank you to the borough manager and our borough departments who sent representatives to the senior center to help our older adults learn about all the different opportunities there are for them, both health-related and also entertainment-related that we have here in the borough and even in the county and the state. So again, thank you to everybody who helped to put that together. I have my notes on my phone here. So as you heard tonight, May and June are months that are rich with cultural recognition and social advocacy in the United States. And it's a time where we get to honor Jewish American Heritage Month and Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, both of which, as you heard this evening, celebrate the diverse contributions and profound impacts of these communities on our society. Additionally, the first Friday in June marks National Gun Violence Awareness Day, which is a poignant reminder of the urgent need to address gun violence that affects all of our communities. Jewish American Heritage Month is a celebration of the enduring legacy and vibrant culture of Jewish Americans, but it's also a month that allows us to reflect on the historical journeys, to celebrate the achievements of Jewish Americans and acknowledge the unique challenges that they have faced, including the constant fight against anti-Semitism. In parallel to that, Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month offers a chance to honor also the rich heritage and contributions of the AAPI communities and the experiences that they have had making our nation as diverse and wonderful as it is, despite also facing discrimination and violence. AAPI individuals have made significant strides in every field enriching our community. But as we celebrate these vibrant heritages, we also confront the stark reality of gun violence in America. National Gun Violence Awareness Day, which, as you heard, is observed on the first Friday, intersects, I think, with the Heritage Months as it underscores really the importance of safety and justice for all of our communities. Gun violence has touched Jewish and AAPI communities, often intertwined with hate crimes and discrimination. And the horrific recent attacks on Jewish communities everywhere and the surge in anti-Asian violence during the COVID-19 pandemic are certainly reminders of the threats that these communities face. National Gun Violence Awareness Day reminds us that tackling gun violence is not only about policy, but it's also about addressing the underlying currents of hate and intolerance. So these observances, coupled with National Gun Violence Awareness Day, I think highlights our collective responsibility to advocate for a more just and a more understanding country where it should not be easier to buy a gun than it is to vote. And so I'm very grateful to serve on a governing body that recognizes all of these things. And that's all that I have for tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. I also want to join my fellow council members in thanking our first responders for the work they did attending to the fire, the devastating fire that we had in our community this month. I do not know what we would do without our volunteer firefighters. And I also want to, again, congratulate Noah and thank him for reading his essay. It really was deserving of first prize, and we're really proud of you. As you can see, we can't stop talking about it, so thank you. And I want to thank everyone who came to accept proclamations. Thank you, Larissa, for your words. And thank you, Josh, for always speaking so eloquently about this subject. I think I'm going to remember empathy over anger, kindness over aggression. I think that those are phrases that we all need to live by in these times that can be very trying. I also wanted to thank the students who came from the high school to accept our proclamation for AAPI month. And I wanted to let everyone know that there is an event this Saturday at the Fair Lawn Community Center celebrating Taiwan heritage. There's going to be two performances, one at 1 o'clock, one at 3 o'clock, and there's going to be sounds like a very interesting drum performance, the 10 drums, so I'm really looking forward to that. Most importantly, this weekend, we have our Memorial Day observances, and we have many of them here in Fair Lawn. We have our parade on Monday that the other council members spoke about, and, you know, because it is a parade, we all get excited, and it sometimes feels like a party, but we have to remember the essence of this holiday, this observance, and it is to honor those who sacrificed their lives for our country. And we're very proud of them. And in addition to the parade, there'll be flag laying at the Fair Lawn Cemetery at 11 o'clock on Saturday the 25th. There'll be a Veterans Memorial Day service on the 26th at 2 p.m. at the cemetery. And then there'll be a ceremony in honor of our firefighters in the morning of Memorial Day, and then we'll be gathering for the parade. We had a very busy weekend here in Fair Lawn. Yes, you can borrow that. And anyone who wants to come up afterwards and take a picture of that flyer, I would really appreciate it. We had our carnival, the TJ Milnes Carnival, which I think was a phenomenal success. I volunteered for 2 hours on Saturday and just had the time of my life, and saw a lot of great people there. Sunday, as Josh was mentioning, we had the tree planting for Fred, which was part of Arboretum Day, which was really quite amazing. We also had the North Jersey Symphony Orchestra, and I was also invited to say a few words at the WISO's Yom Ha'atzmaut celebration, so I was really delighted about that. That was a great celebration. We had about 350 Fair Lawn residents there. I also have had the opportunity this month, I was invited, and I was very honored to be invited to 2 events at the Fair Lawn Jewish Center. One for Yom HaShoah, which is Holocaust Remembrance Day, and one for Yom HaZikaron, which is Israel Remembrance Day. And Adi Vaxman is here, and she organized that event, and it was a very moving event. For me, it was very difficult to give these speeches because of the events of October 7th and all the loss that followed. So I was really honored to have the opportunity to say what I felt and express how I feel as a Jewish American, as the daughter-in-law of a Holocaust survivor, and the wife of an Israeli, and the mother of third-generation Holocaust survivors. And so I did want to say a few words about Jewish American Heritage Month, and about my grandparents who came here in the mid-1800s and the early 1900s to escape pogroms and persecution in Russia and Poland and Germany. Basically, wherever they lived, they faced persecution. And they came here, some in a circuitous way. My grandfather came via Scotland. He grew up in the Gorbals, which was basically the slums in, now I'm forgetting the name of the town, even though I've been there many times. But, he grew up in the slums in Scotland, and he came to Canada, and then he walked into the United States as an illegal immigrant. So, that's part of my heritage. And I'm proud that he got here, and he ended up in Brooklyn, as so many of our people did. And my grandmother, who came from Russia at 9 and lived on Rivington Street back when it wasn't, hipster and cool, but was also a slum. She lived in a tenement. My grandparents lived in tenements, worked in sweatshops, and just built their American dream. And they built a Jewish community. When they came here, there wasn't a fully built Jewish community ready to accept them. They struggled, and they didn't go to college. They barely finished high school. My parents didn't go to college, but they just worked really hard. And after working really hard and building a life for themselves and building a Jewish community, they didn't pull up the ladder behind them. They didn't look to shut the door behind them. They were generous and expansive, and they firmly believed in the American dream, and that everyone here, everyone deserves equal rights, that all people are created equal. And that's what I'm most proud of as a Jewish American, is the heritage of my grandparents. Thank you. Number 7, Main Street Minute.
Good evening, everybody. Fair Lawn Main Street has spent the last month in a fact-finding period. Delegates from Fair Lawn Main Street attended the Main Street Now conference in Birmingham, Alabama. At the conference, our delegates attended a number of workshops associated with transit-oriented main streets, art murals, and more. Bergen County Commissioner Tracy Zerf visited 2 local businesses in Fair Lawn to commemorate Small Business Month. A video was shot by the county about how Fair Lawn businesses leverage state grants and county resources to create jobs and expand their businesses. Tia Laura, our Economic Recovery Corps Fellow, is currently in Washington, D.C. She's attending the Federal Resources Training organized by the International Economic Development Council. Fairlawn Main Street, Inc. has been part of a number of federal resource trainings and has connected with the National League of Cities to leverage available resources with regards to revitalization of the Broadway district. In consultation with the Green Team, Fairlawn Main Street, Inc. has obtained estimates for plantings of flowers, bushes, trees, and more at the NJ Transit Station on Broadway. Art murals have been completed and are being scheduled to be installed underneath the bridge currently. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 8, ordinance on introduction. Ordinance 2701-2024, an ordinance to amend Chapter 33, Police Department, Article 1, Establishment of Department, Section 33-2, Composition of Department of the Code of the Borough of Fairlawn, 2000. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2701-2024 be passed on introduction, advertised according to law, and that a public hearing be held on June 25th, 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas? Yes. Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstreich?
Yes. 9, ordinance on final passage and adoption. Ordinance 2696-2024, an ordinance of the Borough of Fairlawn in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, providing for various capital improvements and other related expenses in and for the Borough of Fairlawn and appropriating $10,430,000 therefore, and providing for the issuance of $9,908,500 in bonds or notes of the Borough of Fairlawn to finance the same. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2696-2024 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time for public comment is now open on ordinance number 2696-2024 only. Please state your name prior to your comment. There will be a 3-minute time limit. Seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2696-2024 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2696-2024 be adopted on second and final reading, and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstreich?
Yes. 9B, ordinance 2697-2024, an ordinance of the Borough of Fairlawn in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, providing for improvements to various roads located in the Borough of Fairlawn and appropriating $1 million therefore, and providing for the issuance of $950,000 in bonds or notes of the Borough of Fairlawn to finance the same. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2697-2024 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time for public comment is now open on ordinance number 2697-2024 only. Please state your name prior to your comment. There'll be a 3-minute time limit. Seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The public hearing on ordinance number 2697-2024 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2697-2024 be adopted on second and final reading, and that it be advertised according to law?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstreich?
Yes. C, ordinance 2698-2024, an ordinance of the Borough of Fairlawn in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, providing for various water supply and distribution system improvements and other related expenses in and for the Borough of Fairlawn, and appropriating $2,284,000 therefore, and providing for the issuance of $2,169,800 in bonds or notes of the Borough of Fair Lawn to finance the same. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2698, 2024 only?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time for public comment is now open on ordinance number 2698-2024 only. Please state your name
Good
prior to your
afternoon,
comment.
Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Regarding this ordinance, is this for the work that is being done on 11th Street, or is this the overall system that is going into place?
I believe it's for the overall system, the borough manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Ms. Scholes. This bond is for vehicle upgrades for our water department, as well as filtration system upgrades, valves, and some other process. The work that's going on at 11th Street is being done primarily through some funding received from the federal government, so this would be separate from that.
Separate. Okay, thank you.
Seeing no one else, can I have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing on ordinance number 2698, 2024 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance number 2698-2024 be adopted on second and final reading, and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Discussion? There was just one comment that I wanted to make. I got a call from Congressman Gottheimer yesterday, and we had applied for federal funding for our stormwater and sewage upgrades, and 1.72 million is going to be inserted into the federal budget, and hopefully the budget will pass, and we'll have funding for a big chunk of the water and sewer lines work that we have to do. So I want to thank, yes, Congressman Gottheimer is coming through for us again. Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas.
Yes.
Councilmember Kraus.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone.
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstrick.
Yes. D, ordinance 2699-2024, an ordinance to amend Chapter 33, Police Department, Article 14, Parking Enforcement Officer of the Code of the Borough of Fair Lawn 2000. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2699, 2024 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The time for public comment is now open on ordinance number 2699-2024 only.
Good afternoon. Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Is this to have the ordinance, to have the parking enforcement officer be, that they're going to go around the various streets, or is this for only the enforcement down at the station, down at the train station?
This is the ordinance that we had on first reading last month about the allocation for the uniforms.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so
Yes.
this is,
yeah, about,
But
the
this
amount
is
of
for-
money that's going to be allocated for uniforms in 2024, 2025, and 2026.
okay, I think I got at the, but this states for parking enforcement officer. Am I on the right one?
Right, they are parking enforcement officers, but
And
this
this allows
is,
them to get their
yeah,
uniforms?
this is,
Okay,
gives them their
super.
allowance for their uniforms.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, may I have a motion to close the time for public comment on 2699-2024?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The public hearing on ordinance number 2699-2024 is now closed. May I have a motion that ordinance 2699-2024 be adopted on second and final reading, and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved.
Second.
All, discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstreich?
Yes. Ordinance number 2700-2024, an ordinance to amend Chapter 94 Fees, Article 1, Schedule of Fees of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Fair Lawn. May I have a motion to open the time for public comment on ordinance number 2700-2024 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The time is now open for public comment on 2700-2024.
Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Is this for all of the fees or just the ambulatory services that were discussed in the work session?
So this isn't for the ambulance. This is for police officers and the fees that they receive
Gotcha.
when they work on projects that are not specifically for Fair Lawn.
Various projects,
You
yeah.
know, within and outside of Fair Lawn.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
Okay.
got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Seeing no one else, may I have a motion to close the time for public comment?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
I just need a motion and a second, Mayor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I have a, sorry.
That's okay.
Can I,
So moved.
can I have a motion that ordinance 2700-2024 be adopted on second and final reading and that it be advertised according to law?
So moved, sorry.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstreich?
Yes. Public comment on consent agenda 11-2024 items only. Can I have a motion to open the time for public comment on consent agenda 11-2024 only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Time for public comment is now open on consent agenda 11-2024 items only. Please state your name prior to comment.
Good afternoon, Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Two questions, one on 194-2024, resolution authorizing the clerk of the Work Construction Consulting Services Extraordinary Unspecifiable Services, EUS agreement with Neglia, Neglia Group. What is that in reference to?
I'm going to let the borough manager handle that one.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Ms. Coles again.
Good evening.
So this is referring to the work that's going on in Second Street. The governing body authorized funding to kind of assist with the flooding that's occurring due to Passaic River. So Neglia is doing the work as our private engineer.
Thank you. Great, thank you. And also, Resolution 199-2024, resolution authorizing procurement of financial advisory services in connection with the lease or sale of the Borough of Fair Lawn's water system through competitive contracting under the local public contracts law. What is that in reference to?
That pretty much says it, that we are looking for financial advice on whether we should lease or sell the borough's water system through competitive contracting. So this is an exploratory process to see how much our water system is worth if we were to sell it, whether it would make sense to sell it or lease it, or whether it does not make sense. But it's something that we think needs to be at least looked at right now.
Yeah, thank you for elaborating on that.
Oh, you're welcome. Seeing no one else, can I have the municipal clerk read the resolutions by consent passage?
Whereas the following resolutions, 188-2024 through 200-2024, having heretofore been placed on this consent agenda, require no discussion, same having been previously reviewed by each council member, be and are hereby adopted, ratified, and confirmed by the entirety by the mayor and council of the Borough of Fair Lawn.
Can I have a motion to pass consent agenda 11-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstreich?
Yes. Number 12, discussion on community center fees. Borough Manager Paluso can take this one.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. So as discussed at the last work session, the governing body was provided with a list of the current fees and some suggestions to some rate increases. The purpose of our theater obviously is not to run for a profit, but for the borough, we are kind of considerable loss right now. So there are 4 recommendations that I have submitted to the governing body. Number 1 is for the Fair Lawn corporate / Fair Lawn non-resident to be merged into one column. The theater per hour charge, changing it from $170 to $200. This would bring in an additional $780 based on 2023 numbers. And also the theater daily change from $800 to $1,000. This would bring in an additional $8,800 based on the 2023 numbers. Number 2 is a Fair Lawn resident, Fair Lawn nonprofit government merged to one column. Theater daily change to $500. This would bring the nonprofit government down $100 and the borough sponsored up $100. This would bring an additional $2,700. Number 3 was the sound and light tech per hour change from $50 to $75 an hour. This would bring in an additional $8,500 based on 23 numbers. 4th and final one was the baby grand piano rental change from $100 to $150 due to the increase in piano tuning and the cost for the piano. Based on these numbers and looking at comparable theaters throughout Bergen County, this would still have the lowest rates from any provider we have found. And I think these small increments would kind of help us financially when it comes to our theater.
Thank you. Discussion, questions from the council?
I have one.
Deputy Mayor?
So for the sound light tech per hour change from 50 to 75, can we do that in 2 columns also? So 75 for Fair Lawn corporate, Fair Lawn non-residents, and keep it at 50 for Fair Lawn residents, Fair Lawn nonprofit?
Sounds like a good suggestion to me. Council? Everybody good? Okay.
It's fine with me.
Anything else? Okay.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, would we like to introduce this as an ordinance?
Yeah, if you could read the title on first
Sure.
reading?
It'd be ordinance number 2702-2024, an ordinance to amend Chapter 94 fees, Article 6, Schedule of Fees of the Code of the Borough of Fair Lawn, 2000. I just need a motion that ordinance number 2702 be passed on introduction, advertised according to law, and that a public hearing be held on June 25th.
Can I have such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
roll
call.
Councilmember Salinas?
Here.
Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
And Mayor Rottenstreich?
Yes. I have another item of new business. We got a email from Eileen Sosa, who's a program specialist at the New Jersey Department of Transportation. And a traffic study was performed on the 208 exit onto Fair Lawn Avenue, which goes west on Fair Lawn Avenue. And they are recommending that there be no turn on red at that exit weekdays between 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if we agree with this, then all we have to do is let them know, and that will be implemented. Discussion, questions?
I had put this on the work session. Do we need an answer before that? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay.
I think it's a very good idea. I think it's, for traffic safety, it's really important that we have the no turn on red there. The DOT traffic study is recommending it. I think that we should go
Okay.
with that. And the sooner, you know, we get that implemented, the sooner it'll make traffic safer in Fairlawn.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any other comments, questions?
No.
Okay. All right, so the municipal clerk can let the DOT know about our agreement with that.
I will, thank you.
Thank you. Number 14, public
Oh,
comments.
I'm sorry, I
Oh,
believe there's
sorry.
one more with new
Oh,
business.
one more. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I skipped that one.
Yeah.
NJDOT grants. Go
No
ahead.
problem. The borough was notified that there are 3 NJDOT grants that we could apply for. We've contacted our consultant from Millennium, which thinks the borough is right in line for them. We submitted proposals to our engineering firm to do some specs so we can submit the grant. There is a fee involved with them providing the specs, so I just want to see if we can get the governing body's permission to move forward with signing off and authorizing these funds to go forward with applying for these grants.
Questions, comments?
How much is the fee?
$5,000.
Consensus?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Now, number 14, public comments. Can I have a motion to open the time for public comments?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The time for public comments is now open.
Yep.
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 Please, if you have a comment,
Yeah, come on, you can come up. Oh, okay.
Hi, everyone. Stella Lemberg, 12-66 2nd Street. I just wanted to come up here and say thank you so much for proclaiming May as Jewish Heritage Month. I'm really grateful for that, and I'm so grateful to be here for this meeting. So I just wanted to really quickly say thank you for everything.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Pamela Coles, 13-34 George Street. Just as a thought, the Bound Brook Fire Department was issuing stickers recently, excuse me, regarding electric vehicles. Like if you have an electric vehicle in your car or in your home and it's in a garage, that they were issuing stickers to be placed on garages that, to notify, to let the fire department know that there's an electric vehicle in this car, because apparently you need certain kind of apparatus or additional equipment to put out an electrical fire in regard to a battery. I'm not certain, but I just thought that was a spectacular idea. And maybe, somebody can, we can issue something, a sticker with the electric vehicle, it's in the garage, and just in case something overheats, I thought that was a pretty wise idea.
Oh, well, we can look into it, and Deputy Mayor Reinitz, who is our fire board liaison, perhaps you can bring that to the fire department.
Yeah, I think a simpler solution would just be to have a registry. I could imagine there are a lot of people that don't want to advertise that they're hiding cars and charging stations and things in their garage. It may just be easier to do what we do with the Ring camera and ask people to register.
We can
But I
look
would
into
leave
that
that
too,
to the borough manager to speak to the fire department about setting up a registry for that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Anyone else?
Good evening, council. How's everyone tonight?
Good, thanks.
Good. I would like to respectfully ask just maybe a little leeway.
Your name, sir?
Sir,
3 minutes.
Your name and 3-minute time limit.
All right. So that's just some restrictions on my First Amendment rights. Sure. So my name is Trevor Ferrigno. I am from 0-61 Eldon Place in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. I wanted to talk about the proclamation today about firearm safety. Obviously, everyone in the community cares about firearm safety. Just so you know my credentials on this matter, I am a certified range safety officer, I am a certified pistol instructor, I am a certified home firearm safety instructor, I am a life member of the NRA, I am a life member of the Coalition of New Jersey Firearms Owners. I am a competitive shooter, I compete in multiple leagues. I am a volunteer instructor with multiple organizations who aspire to train young adults, women, minorities, and all Americans on the basic principles of firearm safety, handling, and operation. I'm also an FID holder. I am a New Jersey permit to carry holder. I have a right to carry in Utah and Florida, and I enjoy reciprocity in 32 states across this great nation. I train daily, and I fire thousands of rounds annually, testing, training, and competing in the safe use of firearms. So I think it would be safe to say that of all the people in this room, I would be an expert on this topic. I wanted to address some of the comments that were made, first of which being the leading cause of death for children in America is firearms. As you might know, that is from a 2022 study in the New England Journal of Medicine written by Patrick Carter, and it studied people within the age group between 1 and 19. Younger people, yes, they are affected by homicide. Older individuals, like you said, Councilman Ryan, it's suicide. The author stated and quoted in the articles that kids are killed by smaller day-to-day incidents. And what he means with that soft language is actually gang violence, right? The result of gun violence is closely linked to poverty and organized crime, which is the leading cause of death for young teens in inner city and minority areas. Gun violence, really, what is gun violence? You know, firearms are inanimate objects just like knives and bats and boards and hands and feet. And according to the FBI, the leading weapons used in aggravated assaults in the state of New Jersey in 22 were actually knives, not firearms. There's really no such thing as gun violence. Really, there's human violence. And this is the type of violence that we need to be resolute in trying to stop. There's a publication called Imprimis that talks about the disparate impact thinking which is destroying our civilization. And what they say is the reason for racial underrepresentation across a range of meritocratic fields in the academic skills gap. The reasons for racial overrepresentation in the criminal justice system is the crime gap. And let me issue a trigger warning here. I'm going to raise uncomfortable facts. Keeping such facts off the stage may ordinarily be appropriate as a matter of civil etiquette, but if we do not acknowledge this skills gap and the behavior gap, we're going to continue destroying the legacy of civilization. I know I'm at time, and I would just like to say one final thing, if I may. In a March 2024 interview, Colonel Pat Callahan of the New Jersey State Police, in an interview with, I don't remember it, but you could find the video, I'm happy to share it with you. He quotes and says, legally purchased weapons are not used, for the most part, as crime weapons in the state of New Jersey. These are illegally purchased outside of New Jersey and brought into the state. So with all that said, I think we all want the community to be safe, but we need to do so being honest regarding the data and the facts surrounding this case. And I would like to volunteer my time, my skills, and my expertise on this subject to work with this council in any capacity that you wish, to reach out to the Fair Lawn community, to educate them in the safe handling and operation of firearms. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me?
Thank you.
You have something to say?
Well, I have a lot to
No,
say,
you
but
can- Yeah.
you can sit
But
down.
we're not going to have the debate.
You don't get to call on
It's
us
not-
to
yeah.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
May I?
Deputy Mayor Reinitz?
Just so we're clear, you mislabeled the proclamation. The proclamation was for Gun Violence Awareness Day. It was not gun safety or whatever pejorative term you decide to use. Excuse me?
Oh, no, let's not have it back and forth.
I was very respectful and let you spew everything you said. I just asked that you at least allow me to speak when it's my turn to speak, as I did for you. You know what? I'm done. Thanks.
Thank you. Sorry. Excuse me? Oh, okay. Okay. I do as well. I am proud to live in a state where gun violence is one of the lowest in the country because we have such strict gun laws, and I hope that they will continue to keep us safe. I consider myself an expert on gun violence because my family was devastated by gun violence. Someone very near and dear to us was murdered with a gun, and honestly, I wish that the person who came after her, her husband, had a knife because she might have had a fighting chance. She was gunned down at a bus stop. So that's my take on that. Anyone else? Can I have a motion? Can I please have a motion to close the time on public comments?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Let's see, where are we? Number 15, Resolution 201-2024, Executive Closed Session of May 21st, 2024. Can the municipal clerk please read the Executive Closed Session resolution?
Whereas NJSA 10412B allows a public body to enter into a closed session during a public meeting, and if upon conclusion, the meeting will return to open public session, and whereas the Borough of Fairlawn has deemed it necessary to enter into a closed session, excluding the public to discuss matters that are exempt from disclosure, pending anticipated litigation, and contract negotiation. Now therefore be resolved that the Borough Council shall not enter into a closed session, that the discussion in closed session may be made public when disclosure will not detrimentally affect any right, interest, or duty of the borough.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Salinas?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraus?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Reinitz? Deputy Mayor Catrone?
Yes.
Mayor Rottenstrike?
Yes. We are now going into closed session. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. We are not adjourned. If you want to wait and come back for adjournment, you're welcome to do so. Thank you.